All right, so we're talking about how to respond when life and ministry knocks you down, how we have to see the world if we're going to be a person who's going to perform and go to do fruit. What did I just see? Is it on this page? I just saw a verse that was basically saying that it is to the glory of God for the believer who produces fruit with their life. If you're going to produce fruit, you have to withstand the storm. You have to withstand getting knocked down. You have to get back up and just keep on going. How do you do that? You have to be strong, right? What Mike Tyson say? He said, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. Well, why? Why does the plan disappear when they get punched in the face? They didn't plan on it. It couldn't happen to me. Why did Mike Tyson win everything? Why is he the best fighter ever? Because he had a plan for when he got punched in the face. He knew what it was like. He'd been punched in the face a lot. He was okay with it. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get punched in the face. It's just a Tuesday. I get punched in the face every day. I wake up and I get punched in the face. That's how people wake me up in the morning. And what did he do? He got in the ring and the other guy had a plan and he had a plan. He got punched in the face and he's like, ooh, that hurt. I'm ready to keep going on my plan. And the other guy got punched in the face and he went down. Okay, so we have to be strong. Now, I want to talk about what strong means in the Bible. Firstly, we're called to be strong. Secondly, we're called to be meek. This is so critical. It's so important. In the Bible, we're called to be meek. What does meek mean? It doesn't mean weak. And that's what I was talking about in the last video, where I'm talking about Jesus with the lamb, and it's, oh, little Jesus, so innocent, so weak, meek. Nope, 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 nope. When we think about, oh, well, just turn the other cheek, right? Someone wants to slap you on one cheek, turn the other cheek. Okay. There is a difference between weakness and meekness. Okay. Weakness is not having the ability to respond. That's weakness. Okay. So when I was young, one of the things I was told was it doesn't matter what anybody else does to you, you need to be a good Christian and you have to turn the other cheek, even if you're getting bullied. So I got bullied when I was younger in school. And, you know, I would literally have gotten in trouble if I raised a finger about it. So I was just literally expected to go to school and suffer abuse for no reason. Okay. And that was perceived as meekness. The rule was no, don't get in any kind of fights whatsoever. Try to talk it out. Tell them how you feel, as if, you know, bullies care about that. And that is the normal paradigm that we operate under, at least in the Western church. Is that really what Jesus did? Jesus was so weak. He went to the cross, but it wasn't because he had the choice. He was really just so weak he couldn't have done anything else. And so he just sort of endured it. Of course not. Jesus is God. He's the most powerful being in the universe. So what's the difference? Meekness, true meekness, is power under control. It is being capable of doing whatever you want because you're strong, you've prepared, you've trained. When you fall, your training's really high and you can kick some behind and take care of business. Being meek is the ability to have all of that and still choose to turn the cheek, even though you don't have to. And I have had this experience when I was younger. I felt super helpless because when I was being bullied, I literally, not only did I not have any kind of ability to fight, nobody taught me any of these things, but on top of that, if I even tried, even though it wasn't my fault and I didn't start anything, if I even tried, I would get in trouble for it. So I was the epitome of weak. Okay. Now, since graduating high school, I have, you know, kind of reacting out of that, done mixed martial arts on and off as I've been able to for years in any number of different disciplines, and jujitsu and Muay Thai and kickboxing and military combatives. I've shared some of that in this course, and all kinds of different stuff. Weapons training. I love it. And now, am I the strongest person ever? No, I only have so much time I can commit to these things, but am I confident? I'm more confident than I used to be. And now, if there is a situation and I choose not to do something and I choose to turn the other cheek, it is because I am choosing to turn the other cheek, not because I don't have a choice. That is very freeing. And that is power under control. That is meekness. Again, not to say I'm the strongest person, not to say I'm a ninja or anything, but it's like, I know enough to know that I have a choice. I can act in an aggressive manner, or I can choose to not act, but it is my choice. And you don't have that choice when you're weak, so you cannot be meek. You're meek when you're strong and you choose to keep the sword sheathed. And when you're strong, you have to come up with the decisions of when you will act and when you will not. So for me, and this is just my personal conviction, for me, I'm not looking for a fight. I don't want to fight anybody. That's stinking dangerous. That's what's the Bible say? He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. I don't want to fight anybody. If you come over to me, you're messing with me, you want to slap me around a little bit, like, because you haven't, like, whatever. I don't really care. Right? Unless you're actually putting me in actual harm's way, I'm probably not going to be in any kind of fight because I don't care. But if it's the same thing with my children, boy, you messed with the wrong dude, because that's not going to happen, right? There's an adult coming up to my child and trying to do the same thing. Man, I will knock him into tomorrow as best I am able. Okay. So again, there is time for meekness and there is time to use strength. Okay. So, and then you have to decide for yourself when you're going to choose to not be meek and to be strong and to execute the strength. Right. And there's obviously good times for that and improper times. There's a time and a place for everything. Okay. But we're called in the Bible to be meek and lovers of peace. We're also called to be strong. Okay. And this is very true with apologetics too. We're called to have faith. There's sort of this dichotomy here. We're called to have faith and believe in God, but we're also called to have a reason for the hope that lies within us. I can be a Christian and be meek and withhold my opinions from a tense conversation if I don't think people really want to hear the gospel. But if someone wants to come up and have a debate and tell me why I should be an atheist, boy, he's got another thing coming, because I can engage him if he's asking for the information. And in all likelihood, unless he is highly educated, he's not going to be able to debate me on a debate between atheism and Christianity. Again, that is another type of meekness. So, and this is what I want. I want you to be meek. Power under control is the biblical version of meek. And so pulling this backward to the purpose of the course is, how do you respond when life and ministry knock you down? Well, get strong before it knocks you down and it's easier to get back up. Okay. And in the moment, it's easier to get back up, whether you choose to be strong and move to the aggressive side. Jesus flipping tables. That's not, but I'm sure he's under control, but also it's not exactly just meek. He's kind of executing some strength. So it's like, you have the choice, choose strength, choose the meekness. Do you turn the other cheek in that moment? Do you not? Usually you're probably going to turn the other cheek. But it's easier to get back up when you know it's your choice. When you're weak and you fall, you're hurt. When you're strong and you fall, you can use your strength and get back up. Okay. So that is why we're called to be meek. Keep the sword sheathed unless it absolutely needs to come out, I suppose. And where that line is, I'll leave that to you to figure out, because I also do the same. Okay, so in this video, we talked about meekness and the biblical definition of meekness. In the next video, we're going to talk about hoping for the best and the other side of that too. So we'll see you there. God bless.